Welcome everybody, my name is Zank Frappa, and we are back playing some Vintage Story. In the last episode, we made this little farm. It's going to be a while before it starts producing. I realized I misspoke in the last one. I was talking about nitrogen in the soil, which is something that you have to worry about in this game, but I totally overlooked the fact that we're on low fertility soil, so that's why our crops are growing so much slower. But we're going to try to rectify that at some point when we build a farm. There's higher fertility soils that we can find out in the world that we're going to try to collect. So hopefully that will get us going sooner rather than later. We also made these molds in our pit kiln and didn't get around to making some copper, but I think that's the first thing we're going to do today. So what I need to do is go grab one of these crucibles. So we've got our crucible here. What we're going to do is place it in our fire pit and grab, I think we need 20 pieces of copper. So let's grab that. And we throw it in here. So you can see it says it makes 100 units of copper. That's how many we need to fill up this pickaxe mold. So we're going to grab this and set it behind us for when we need it. The other thing we're going to need is some tongs to pick this thing up out of the fire because it gets too hot to touch. So we need to make some rope. Glad we picked up all the cattails we did before because that's what we're going to use to make our tongs. So we got some rope and some sticks. And we just go like this. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Pair of wooden tongs. I think in the 1.22 update, these have durability and you can also make them out of metal, which is cool. Unfortunately, I'm not playing on that version because some of the mods that I like to play with aren't updated yet. I want to try to update to 1.22 as soon as I can, but for now we're going to stay on 1.21. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw some logs on the fire here and light that up. Actually, we don't really need to use the fire starter anymore because we made torches and those can instant light. They don't have durability. One of the cool things that I like about this game are, the torches you place around the world, they will burn out. I think that adds just a little bit of flavor to the world, a little bit of, how do you want to call it, variability that makes things interesting. So once these guys get hot enough, you can see the temperature's rising, it will become molten copper, which we will then pour into our pickaxe mold. Right, so I made a mistake. It's, like I said, been a while since I played this game and I've forgotten a few things, which to be honest makes it more fun because I'm rediscovering how the game works as I play. It looks like I didn't use a hot enough fuel source. So these firewood logs only burn at 700 degrees Celsius, but if you look at the temperature, smelting temperature number here, it's 1084 degrees Celsius. So we're going to have to probably make some charcoal here in order to rectify that. I think peat would also work if we can find it, but oh no, actually it wouldn't. That only gets up to 900. So yeah, we're gonna have to make some charcoal in order to smelt up our copper. So what I'm gonna go do is chop down a whole bunch of trees to make a whole bunch of firewood and then show you how to make a charcoal pit in order to make charcoal. I don't know if you can hear that too well, but it sounds like there's a beehive somewhere up here. I'm not going to chop down this big tree, even though I really want to get all that wood, because later on we're going to come back and collect those bees to start making some honey. Alright, so it's getting dark. I got about a little over 2.5 stacks of wood. I need to do the math and see how much firewood that's going to get us and how big we want to make our charcoal pit. I think for now what I'm going to do is dig out where we had our pit kiln before. We're going to build, we can't go too deep. We'll have to build up. So we're going to do a 3x3 charcoal pit. And I need to get some more dirt. Alright, I placed a little torch down temporarily so you can see what we're doing. And what we do is we build up this little pit here. Then we get all of our firewood. Let's craft that up. So then you take your firewood and you stack it up as high as it'll go. We're going to only do one block. Right, so it looks like we're going to need quite a bit more, but it's getting dark, so I will go ahead and see you in the morning. Okay, so it is a lovely foggy morning, and I went ahead and collected all the rest of the firewood that we need. So the next thing we need to do to get this charcoal pit going is cover up all but one little block, and then we build a fire on top of it. Okay, so once our fire's going, you'll see up at the top of the screen it said charcoal pit. That means the charcoal pit's created, so we gotta real quick cover it up. So you can see it says 3 in-game minutes before the charcoal pit ignites, so let's cover that up real quick. And you know your charcoal pit is working when you see these smoke particles rising up through the dirt. So that I think is going to take about a day for it to complete. In the meantime, one thing I think I wanted to do, I mentioned this last episode, I want to build like a little workshop hut type of thing. As you can see, our living space is getting kind of cramped and I want to move some of this stuff out of here. I'm just going to do something real simple. While I was off camera, I also collected a bunch of thatch from these, they're called Tool, I think, Tula. Don't know exactly how you pronounce that. But I collected some thatch. I'm going to make some thatch roofing and build a simple little structure. So I will be back when I have something presentable to show you. Okay, so here's what I came up with. It's just a little simple shelter. I used fences to sort of imply that we made this out of sticks, holding it up, and then thatch. I actually had to collect way more thatch than I thought I would. I ended up clear cutting almost my entire pond here. Luckily this stuff will grow back. I didn't break the bottom half of the block, so we'll have a source of thatch once those do. I don't know how long it takes for those to grow back, actually. But anyway, so I built it. I was thinking of Primitive Technology when I was doing this because he built something similar in real life, actually, as his little workshop. I also made the floor out of packed dirt because I like the implication that my guy's in here so often. He's walking around and he packed the dirt down naturally just by walking on it. I don't know, tula root. Can we eat that? Oh, we can. Nice. Good to know. We can eat these. I didn't realize that. I think these are relatively new, or if they aren't, I haven't ever played too much with them. I shouldn't have thrown that away, but whatever. So what I'm going to do now is move all of my molds and stuff over here just to make it look kind of like I'm living in it, like it's a workshop for real. Alright, so I moved a bunch of stuff over here, some of my building supplies, my clay stuff, sticks, firewood, grass, all that kind of stuff. I really like the way this is looking. It looks like someone's actually using this as sort of a workshop area. That also cleared up a bunch of space inside my house, so I'm going to move this. I'm actually able to do this because I'm using a mod called Carry On. It lets you pick up vessels and containers and stuff like that. Super helpful. I really don't ever play without it. I'm gonna eat myself a little bit of stew. I realized that the description of this says crudely made tends to fall apart when used, so that's why my door pops off every now and again. One thing I really want to get going once I get more copper is a saw, because that'll let us make a proper door, start making planks so we can build a real house. We're a little bit of a ways off from that, but hopefully soon. One thing I did realize is I mentioned when I wanted to build this that I wanted something to cover up my pit kilns, but I'm kind of worried that if I build a pit kiln in here, it's going to light the whole thing on fire. I don't know. I mean, if I did it right here, that's 3 blocks away from anything flammable, but I don't know if building up or if it's high enough up. We'll have to see. If I burn down my entire thing, you'll know why. There's really not a whole lot for me to do around my little settlement here, so I think what I am going to do is try to go hunting a little bit before the sun sets too dark. I do have a torch, a couple torches on me, so I can hold that and light up my way, but I don't want to be out at night for too long. That way we won't get attacked by drifters. Oh, chanterelles. We can eat these. See a deer. Think we can get him? Got one hit. Oh, we're getting charged. Oh no. I know he's right behind me. If I turn around, I'm dead. Got him. Oh man, that was close. Let's go ahead and pick up our spears. Man, it is really raining too. It might have been a little bit foolish to go out right now, but we're here now. Go ahead and see what this guy's got on him. 10 meat, 2 hide, and a piece of fat. I just realized one thing that I do need to start doing is picking up all these bones, because you can actually use bones as tool handles and it increases the durability a little bit. I completely forgot you could do that until just now. Now we got some spelt. I'm going to pick that up. I'm actually just going to pick up all of this so I can get all the seeds, even though I can't really eat everything. I really like the look of this area. Oh, what are you? Is that a pig? Oh, I think that's a wild pig. Yep, wild boar. Should I try it? I'm going to actually get a little distance first before I try attacking you. Okay, I'm a little bit further away. Oh, missed. Missed again, jeez. I have terrible aim. And now he's running away. Oh, what is that? Is that Pete? Oh, I think we just got really lucky. Thank you, pig, for running over this way. I wouldn't have seen that, probably. Got a little stab in. I think we lost him. I'm actually going to collect some of this peat. So peat is a fuel source. It burns a little bit hotter than firewood. It's also a lot easier to collect, in my opinion. So I'm going to grab as much of this as I can before I head back home. Unfortunately, peat is also highly flammable out in the world, so if I built a pit kiln or something over here, lit a fire, this whole entire peat patch would probably light up. Luckily, I didn't build my house too close to here, so if it ever gets struck by lightning or something, it's not going to destroy our entire settlement. Looks like I ran out of inventory space. I'll have to come back for the rest of this. I'm also seeing oak trees. Oh no, that's walnut. Ah, that's unfortunate. I thought I saw oak trees in this forest earlier. Walnut. Oh, okay, so there are oak trees. Oak trees are good because once we start messing around with tanning leather and stuff, we will be able to use it to make tannins, which is an important part of the process. So having oak trees nearby... Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's where we found the bees earlier. Yeah, so anyway... Tannin is something that we're going to need a lot of once we start making leather. So it's good that we have plenty of oak trees nearby. Alright, our stews are cooking. So we've got some red meat, field mushrooms, and chanterelles. I'm going to finish off the last of that stew that I made last time. And there's a little bit left. That'll keep us going until morning, probably. Throw this stuff back in there. One thing that you can do in order to preserve food longer is build a cellar. Unfortunately, I don't have the resources to do that right now, but one thing that will also work is that I can just dig a hole in the ground and put a basket or something down there. So I'm going to actually grab this. I'm going to put all my hides that are starting to go bad, and my food, mushrooms. I'm going to cook the rest of these up. Delicious stew is done. Got some meat roasting on the fire that I'm then going to throw in here. I was actually thinking about it, and I used some of my fat that I had from those animals I killed to oil my hides. That way these won't go bad, and we can use them for crafting later. I think one of the next moves we need to make is get some hunter backpacks going, which you make using hides and reeds, I believe. Yeah, so we use reeds and pelts. Those hides that I just oiled, they're going to have to cure, I believe. Once they cure, we can use it to make a hunter backpack. Yep. Okay, so there's the rest of our food. I'm going to use this piece of dirt in order to plug that up. So that, I think, technically counts as a cellar. There's a mechanic called, like, the cellar mechanic. I don't really know what else to refer to it as. Where if a room is enclosed using certain materials, I think stone is best, it will cause the decay rate of food to be lower. So that's something we're going to have to build before winter. Oh, our torch went out. Yeah, so our torch went out. We couldn't relight it. I'm going to pop another one up here. I'm probably going to need to make some more. And on that note, I think I will see you in the next video. As always, thanks for watching.